The last minor round of the 2011 season saw all 4 matches played simultaneously last Saturday morning as the Tigers, on the bye, watched on from the top of the under-18 ladder. For the Bloods, coach Greg Mellor gave his boys the opportunity to define their own game plan, and on Friday night they decided they would be hard at the ball and the body with intensity and excitement. With nothing on the line, the coach just wanted them to finish the season with pride. But in the first half, it was the double Blues holding their heads high with goals to Mitchell Curnow and Henry Dupuy from the St Ignatius College. Henry's a good all-rounder, all-round good at everything from sports to studies. He won the Atkinson Memorial Cup last year for combined study and sports, always a difficult combination to juggle at college. It wasn't until the second half that the Bloods remembered their game plan. Jack Evans had started on a wing but then moved to an on-ball role. His was another well-balanced game with 12 kicks and 12 hand passes. It was work from Jack and Mitchell Roberts that ensured West finished their season with a win, even if it was just the final quarter. Winning the match, however, was Sturt and best on the park for the 3rd time this season was Tim Bacanello with 7 kicks and 21 hand passes. Tim won the Maccas Cup MVP nomination back in round 18, so keep an eye on him through the final series. No finals for the Bloods though, the boys can have a much needed break. Sturt winners by 47 points at Unley Oval. Down at South, Norwood was busy hanging on to 3rd place. Staying out of the elimination final was the order of the day, and it would have to beat the Panthers to make sure. Halfway through the first quarter, the Panthers were still in this match. Adam Halim's mark and goal just enough to keep the Brave fans warm. But from then on, the chill set in and Norwood took control. Joseph Zaddo got his name on the scoreboard 3 times. The Lobethal youngster has struggled with injury this year, but he's not struggling with his traineeship with the North East Metro Junior Football Association in St Agnes. He's one of the SANFL's first Indigenous trainees, and he's loving the role, planning events, running community clinics and mentoring Aboriginal students. And you can be quite sure Nathan Bassett's keeping an eye on him too. But you can't score goals unless you win the ball, and Lachlan Sermon made sure the Norwood forwards were well fed. In just his 2nd game for Norwood this year, Lachlan was named best on ground for his 26 disposals and a huge 9 inside 50s. The Panthers at least tried hard. Under 16 Sam Hamilton was their best, tackling hard in defence and against the odds, bringing the ball out of his 50-metre zone 4 times. The skipper Tom Jolly went down with the ship this season, but he knows just as well as coach Jason Tawney that the Panthers' future in the SANFL is part of a long-term plan. Just as well, because in the short term it was Norwood winners by 82 points. The only possibility from the fixture at Prospect Oval was that the Dogs could finish 7th instead of 8th. Not a lot to play for sure, but you have to have an incentive. The incentive for the Roosters was preparation for finals football. For the first time in this team's short history, the North Adelaide under-18s are in the finals. This weekend, the team is over at Alberton Oval playing the Double Blues in the elimination final, and that is something they would never have dreamed possible when they finished dead bottom in 2009. In round 23, North looked strong and very ready for the major round. Michael McMahon made absolutely sure he was going to win the leading goal kickers contest. Another 6 goals in this match took his tally to a whopping 67 for the season, 21 ahead of his nearest rival Dallas Hill, who only managed 2 for the round. And taking the Maccas Cup MVP for the last time in 2011 was North's Alex Spina from the Gazer Football Club. The midfielder gathered 35 possessions and pushed inside 50 on 6 occasions. Alex has been part of the under-16 state team for the last 2 years. He's certainly garnered a taste for winning, and he made absolutely sure North would win this game with 4 goals to his name. The Dogs bowed out of 2011 with their heads held high. Thomas Ryan gave his best shot. His 22 disposals led to 2 goals. Thomas plays a lot of football in the Barossa, so he knows a bit about Northern pride. He certainly played with pride on Saturday because pride was pretty well all the Dogs had left. Their 5 wins for the year were all against either the Eagles or the Panthers, neither of which finished in the top 5. Wrapping up the Dogs' season, it was North winners by 24 points. For the Eagles, this match was purely a training exercise. Win and they'd finish 6th, lose and they'd finish 6th. However, for the Magpies, winning was everything. With the Tigers waiting in the wings, a win would give the Magpies the minor premiership for the first time since the inception of the competition. And so they attacked this game as if it was the grand final. And with his focus firmly on October 9th, Tom Durham used September 10th to show the Port Adelaide fans and the Glenelg spies that Port Adelaide means business. Bridesmaids for too long, the Magpies want the prize this year. Feeling right at home was James Dealey Godfrey. James has only just turned 15, but when you've played football all your life, you're bound to look like a pro. From the North Haven Football Club, James played his first game for the Magpies in mid-August. That's not a lot of time to prepare for the finals, but he looked like he was ready to go last Saturday. His 12 kicks and 11 handballs earned him his first best on-ground votes for the season. For the Eagles, Matthew Jacquia ended his season in style. He's played all season in this team, but he waited until the last round to show us his best. Matthew scored 4 goals from 17 kicks on Saturday. He's scored in every match this season but one, and that one was against the ladder leaders Glenelg. But their ladder leaders no more. There was nothing the Tigers could do about it. They were relegated to second, and Port took the minor premiership, winners by 54 points over the Eagles.